My name is Jonathan Zawada, and I'm presenting my work, which is called Sacrifice, an Act of Permanence. The piece is really exploring the idea of the universality of a system and trying to present an artwork that is, instead of a single outcome, instead surfaces all of the nodes within a system and really talks about how at the heart of the universe is the constant transferal of data from one form into another, whether that's through geology or genetics or information processing. And so my piece involves many different media and many different components, from painting to programming to sculpture, to sort of articulate the continual transfer of data and the mistakes and losses that are built into any system, and how a dynamic system can incorporate those mistakes and evolve over time. So to create the initial component of the work, there are 3 paintings where I've taken cytogenetic maps from human chromosomes, and the chromosomes I've chosen contain certain proteins that relate to the storage and retrieval of memory in a human being. So I've taken these maps and, using various 3D software, turned them into environments or 3D landscapes. And then from those 3D images, I've painted those images in oil on canvas. Then the system has a web camera that takes an image of those paintings and uses that as a prompt to initiate some AI and machine learning algorithms, which then describe the image within the machine's own words. The machine then uses that as a starting point to invent its own story, which it prints out on a long piece of paper, and then it has another webcam that reads the story and in turn begins to make its own mistakes in reading the story back. When it reads the story back, it then uses that prompt to create a piece of music, which plays for 30 seconds. Another microphone then listens to the music and picks up values from that, which it takes out and turns into IP addresses, one IP address that it looks up and finds the location of somewhere on the planet. And then it uses Google Maps to find a street view image for that location. And then another webcam views this image and makes another machine learning AI description of what it sees, and then uses that description as a prompt to generate one last image, which it prints out, and then the initial web camera looks at that image to further continue the cycle, and the cycle continues on and on. I think the concept of the DXP exhibition is incredibly important at the moment. It's really bringing together ideas around technology and art at a time when I think everybody is really thinking a lot about the ramifications of new technology in their own lives and what it's going to do to their jobs and to their sense of purpose in the world. I think in the past, technology has been viewed as something wholly desirable or exciting, but often excluded from the context of the philosophical side of what it means to be a human. And I think at this particular time, that's coming to the forefront of a lot of people's thinking. So it's exciting to see an exhibition like DXP bring together so many different perspectives, from very artistic and sort of emotive attitudes towards technology to very rigorous and data-driven sort of analysis of what technology is doing in our world. And it's quite amazing to see how broad the reach is of some of the most recent technological advancements. I think my message would be for my work is really to try to consider technology as just part of a universal system. I think one thing that has occurred to me in making the work is that technology is not something separate from the human environment or even the natural environment. It's just a remanifestation of the matter and the information that already exists in the universe. And that's my most important message.